Thanks for joining us. Two more Wisconsin counties have agreed to take part in ICE's 287G jail enforcement program. Winnebago County among the latest administrative districts agreeing to take part in the training. One political activist group calling for all Wisconsin counties to end their partnership with ICE. News 10 Drew Best spoke with the Winnebago County Sheriff, who explains the county's decision in response to concerns about the agreement.
Winnebago County, now one of 9 in the state taking part in ICE's 287G program. County Sheriff John Motz tells me this agreement does not change much from what they have already done in the past.
What 287G does is it gives us additional civil liability as deputies will be able to serve those actual detainers versus an ICE agent.
ICE's 287G jail enforcement model is, quote, designed to identify and process removable aliens with criminal or pending criminal charges who are arrested by state or local law enforcement agencies, end quote. The American Civil Liberties Union of Wisconsin condemning all participating counties in a statement, which reads in part, quote, the reality is that cooperation with ICE makes our communities not only less welcoming to immigrants, but also makes us all less safe, end quote. Sheriff Motz calling the statement fear-mongering.
It's what we've been doing for a very, very long time. Just because we're now in an agreement with ICE, with the new model that has been created and the training that's been created, it changes nothing for us.
Sheriff Motz also believes the community should not be concerned about roundups or detainments as part of their agreement with ICE.
We have not been approached as sheriffs that any of those things are going to happen. Just rest assured, we're going to do the right thing. This is the right thing, and it's something we've been doing for a long period of time.
Reporting in Winnebago County, Drew Best, Action 2 News.